My girlfriend cheated with her friend who's living with us.
That's a complicated living situation.
I'm a 23-year-old male and my partner is a 23-year-old female. We've been together since we were 14, starting as a long-distance relationship that evolved into living together throughout college. Our relationship was solid. Both families treated us like their own children, and we were completely in sync with each other. By the way, this comes from I'm Only Sleeping, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And I'm Dakota.
And OP says, during college, she started talking to a guy named Asher online. Eventually, they began Skyping regularly, and I talked to him many times as well.
Okay, were you going to say Asher Roth or nah?
No.
Is that why you paused? Why did you pause?
I was going to say, what kind of name is Asher?
No!
I thought you were going to say, catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Dang, we had three completely different takes right there.
But then I felt like that would be rude to anyone named Asher, so I wasn't going to say it. And then you made me say it.
Shout out my boy Asher Queen.
I don't know any Ashers.
You should name your kid that so you do know what
Yeah,
Asher.
yeah. And then I go, what kind of name is Asher to my kid every day? He's high-functioning autistic, kind of weird at times, but you wouldn't think he had autism if you met. And I've learned that you actually apparently put autism into like 3, it's like autism 1, something like that, like levels.
Oh, wow. There's
That's
tiers?
like I don't think it's tiers. I think it's just instead of high-functioning, low-functioning, it's like you refer to it in levels. I don't know.
Wait.
I'm trying to increase my level.
We all got along pretty well initially, though she'd sometimes stay up with him until 1 to 3 a.m., which pissed me off because we wouldn't get to spend the night together. We argued about it frequently. Their relationship became unhealthily close. They'd fall asleep on Skype, but keep it running, or just leave it on without even talking.
See, that's what my girlfriend and I do, and that's what girlfriend and boyfriend should do, you know?
But they're not girlfriend boyfriend.
OP. Yeah, I know. This is wrong.
This is wrong.
You should not fall asleep on Discord
I will
overnight with
say
your kitten. Right, Dakota?
The leave it on without talking, I do that with a lot of my friends. I just
Overnight?
not overnight, but I'm not talking about the leave it on while sleeping. I'm talking about the other one OP said of just leaving it on without even talking.
Yeah.
I do that with a lot of people.
Wait, Dakota, do you FaceTime your girl overnight?
No.
No, okay, never mind.
Because he's
But
already
if
there.
actually, no, we did that one time and we both fell asleep.
Dude, I have a
Aw.
hack, and it's getting a tripod.
Yeah,
It has made my life so much easier.
I love that. I
So
can't
much.
fall asleep on FaceTime.
Wait,
'Cause
you have a
I'm
fall
just thinking
asleep
about it.
tripod? Hold on. That just caught up to me. You have
Yeah.
a tripod for
You know the
doing
thing
fall
that
asleep FaceTimes?
yeah, you know the thing that I use whenever I'm like calling Eddie or something. I have to show him something on the computer.
Despite this, she and I were still happy together,
Wait.
doing activities and maintaining our connection. 6 months ago, she graduated while I still had a full semester left. During my final semester, I was swamped with a capstone project and 3 other CS classes. She felt lonely at home without a job, and her identity as a student was gone. Asher also lives at home doing nothing, no job, no education, just living in his parents' garage.
Mm.
And Lou says, as per the DSM-5 ASD, support needs are categorized in 3 levels. Yeah,
Got it.
okay, so I was right.
So what I'm getting here is a lack of greater purpose with 2 people, so they found each other.
Mm.
So if you don't have a job, kind of have a lack of purpose within how do I contribute back to
Yeah,
the world?
I mean, a lot of my friends who are, just graduated, and this is kind of their first year as little baby adults, like have had a lot of trouble figuring out how to manage that transition, where they want to live. A lot of them either live with their parents or are still living, near
Yeah.
our college.
Start a
And
YouTube channel.
it's a tricky transition period. So I understand what she's feeling. The rate at which they talked increased dramatically. I was distracted by my coursework and didn't realize what was happening. After I graduated 2 months ago, I finally understood the situation and gave her an ultimatum, him or me. She convinced me to compromise on limited contact instead, but that didn't actually happen. They seemed to need daily contact, constantly on Skype or AIM. Earlier this month, Asher came to stay with us for 2 weeks. I had mixed feelings but wanted to make her happy, even though it meant a 20-hour round trip to pick him up. I thought to myself beforehand that I'd regret it, and I was right.
Oh, dude. He's trying to boing your girl.
Wait, Asher, the guy that is trying to take your girl, is staying with you? That was the compromise?
Oh, also their 20-hour round trip. That's the cherry on top right there. So even if you kick them out, guess what? You still have to travel.
20 hours? Why
drop
did
'em
you
off.
do this? Why?
That's a 40-hour work week.
That's crazy to pick up the guy that your girlfriend's cheating with.
Because round trip is picking them up and coming back.
Yeah.
And boom, boom.
10 hours.
Heck no, dude.
He's been nice and generally fun, but how they interact disturbs me. They both sat in the back of the car together while I drove. They made you
Oh
Uber them?
My gosh. What is this?
OP, at a certain point, you gotta put your foot down.
Is this the non-confrontational, oh, whatever you say kind of guy?
The other day, I was with one of my best friends. It was me and my other friend were in the back of the car, and the friend who was in the up front seat left, and I went, "Thanks, Uber driver." And she said, "No, not happening. Get in the front." So you could have just done that, OP.
Yeah.
Making me feel like a dang chaperone. When I asked her to sit up front with me, she refused. They were laying on each other with legs crossing over.
Dude.
OP.
I was this guy once where whatever my girlfriend wanted, I did, but I would never let it get this far.
When they sit together, he touches her face and head and grabbing it sometimes, and she doesn't seem bothered. He lays on her and sits very close, more than friends would do. She reciprocates by laying on him, touching his feet, playing with his big toe.
Gross.
Ew. And leaning toward him even when I'm sitting right next to her. One time he was laying with his head touching her leg while we watched TV. Ew. Riley's showing me his big toe.
I thought we were friends.
Gross. Gross.
I thought we were friends.
Ah, no, get it out. She's been staying up extremely late with him until 5 a.m. one night, 1 a.m. the previous night when we normally go to bed by midnight.
Okay. So
They're
I'm pulling it.
cheating, at least emotionally.
Okay. If I was this guy.
Yeah.
Seems like he's cool with all this. I would request that my girlfriend do one thing.
Yeah.
Chastity belt.
Belt.
Hey, so
But they're emotionally cheating. You need an
I'm okay with
emotional
you
chastity
emotionally
belt.
cheating on me.
Apparently, that
But
it does seem
physically,
so.
I'm not. Would you mind wearing this? And if you do take it off, I don't think I can continue this.
That's crazy.
I think I would also get the emotional cheating chastity belt, which
Yeah.
is just
Ooh.
a lobotomy. Like, just straight up turn my brain into mush, and I don't care anymore. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
so
this is,
the emotional
this is
chastity cheating belt is
literally-
for him?
these people would never see or hear from me again.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
If
like,
this
oh, we're
happened to me, if I
breaking
saw
up.
this behavior happening, I would
Dude,
The
immediately
second-
become
Wait,
a
wait.
villain and live in the woods.
wait, Dakota,
Yeah.
Dakota, imagine driving 10 hours there, picking up the guy, and you have to drive another 10 hours
and she's
back.
playing with his big toe.
No, I would be like,
Ha!
get out. I would be
Yeah.
like, you can walk.
You can use
Have
that
a fun
big toe
time
to
walking.
walk.
15 minutes into the trip. Okay, you
guys
are at
gotta
it.
get
Yeah, Here's
out.
a restaurant. See ya.
I need to know if I'm being crazy or if these behaviors are something I should worry about. And there is an update. OP, why are you worrying about them so little?
Brother, you're
You got to worry
crazy.
about them way more.
You let this go on too long. You shouldn't have even let him sleep overnight together on
Yeah,
Skype.
shouldn't have gone to pick him up. 20 hours to pick up the guy that's cheating with your girlfriend is wild move, brother.
I know.
Wild.
Dude, imagine these Reddit comments right after he posted it.
Yeah.
Oh, the comments are like,
Oh, yeah.
you need to wake the F up.
Wake the F
and,
up. Your
and
girlfriend's
kick this
cheating
dude
on
out.
you.
Like, what are you doing? I was like, the top comments like, can you imagine driving 20 hours to pick this guy up
no.
and then do nothing about it?
No, I certainly cannot. But there is an update. After posting this around midnight, I waited for comments that gave me confidence to address the situation. They were probably mean comments. I went to bed and asked my SO to stay with me, saying I needed to tell her something. She said she'd be back in a bit. I stayed up all night waiting for her until I fell asleep at 5 a.m. When I got up to pee, I saw him on a laptop with her sleeping on the couch next to him. I woke up again later and found he was finally in the guest room while she was still on the couch. I gently woke her and we went to bed together. At 2 p.m., I woke her up for the conversation we should have had days ago. After discussing the inappropriate behavior, which she agreed was problematic, I told her I was thinking about punting him out.
Real quick. He woke her up at 2 p.m.?
Yeah. He let her sleep after seeing her sleep with the other guy. He went to bed. Sorry. Okay. Just to understand that again, I'm going to condense that. He stayed up all night. Presumably she was in the other room.
Sure.
He stayed up all night waiting for her to come back. falls asleep at 5 a.m., wakes up, sees her sleeping with this guy, lets it lie, comes back out, sees she's still sleeping there. They go back to bed, still doesn't bring it up. And then at 2 p.m., finally has the conversation. Wow.
This is what happens when you don't have a purpose. And she's attaching herself to this other guy, and they're just kind of, together, wondrously walking around the earth, doing whatever.
Yeah.
She thinks it's fine. That's what happens when people get lost.
Crazy. She didn't like this idea, but as we argued about it, I decided I was going to do it once he woke up. As I was getting dressed, that's when she told me they had kissed last night. Of course they did!
And you can kiss my arse goodbye. See ya.
They were literally sleeping together. Slightly crying, I immediately went to the guest room, banged on the door, and punted it open. He was sleeping on an air mattress below me. I should have punted his effing face and thrown him out violently. Instead, knowing only about the kiss, is there more that you now know about? I angrily but calmly told him to get the F out. He instantly woke up and nearly fell off the bed with fear in his eyes. I repeatedly told him I wasn't going to hit him, which I now regret. I told him to use the bathroom quickly and pack his crap. While he was in the bathroom, I gathered his belongings in the living room so he could pack faster. When I felt he was taking too long, I banged on the door saying, if you don't come out soon, I'm going to have to come in there and get you out. He came out and packed up. When he was almost done, my SO started pleading for me not to punt him out. I immediately interrupted, shut the F up, I can get really mean real fast. Then I was out the door with him.
I'm sorry, but the speech.
Why is it happening now?
Yeah.
It's like clearly OP is capable of a lot of, aggression and confrontation.
Why is he now?
Why is it
everything?
now coming out?
Also, the way he's going about it, I'm like,
not great.
I can get really mean real fast.
Yeah, let's just kick him out, or you leave, you break up with them.
I feel, this is my personal opinion, in these moments, whenever you're angry, the quieter you are, the more deadly you can make the situation.
Yeah.
It's like, get out. Ooh.
you made
Goosebumps.
You made yourself scared.
Yeah.
Then I was out the door with him. I should mention that I always made sick jokes with this guy, nobody else, and he didn't like it either, but I do it anyway. For example, the day before, I printed out a shopping list, but also included pictures of a mask, rope, knife, and duct tape. When he saw it while shopping, I told him those were things I needed for our hiking trip in the woods. He found it awkward and disturbing while I laughed. I don't like you, I don't think.
I think everyone in this
I think
situation
everyone sucks here.
needs new friend groups and new social circles.
What do you mean? You make sick jokes with just this guy? What? Who are you?
That right there, that joke makes me feel like your subconscious knows what's happening,
Yeah.
but you're not like accepting it, and your subconscious is like, I'm gonna take this guy to the middle of the woods.
Yeah, weird. 2 days before punting him out, I'd gotten very wasted starting at lunch. I played GTA online, flying planes into buildings, while crying and listening to that song on repeat for hours.
Dude, this is going downhill so fast.
I also wrote love messages to my SO in notepads during bathroom breaks. I never do crap like that, but I was so disturbed by the situation that I hid in myself and inadvertently pushed my SO away. Days later, I found out he'd told my SO I was unstable during that time. That's true. You are very clearly unstable.
Yep.
I would agree with him on that.
A lot of things that are unsettling about this story.
So that combination works great when I was punting him out. He thought I was unstable and possibly dangerous. You seem both.
Yeah.
It seems like you are both unstable and possibly dangerous.
Nah, it's just a fun little game. He's a ruse. He's just playing 5-dimensional chess.
Ugh.
Dude, I don't know.
My calm anger must have freaked him out completely. I told him I'd drop him at a hotel. He was going to sit in back, but I made him sit up front. I wanted him as uncomfortable as possible. While driving, I thought about taking him to the woods as a joke. I live in a rural area, so that wouldn't have been that hard. This time, the sick joke was meant to scare him. But my desire to get him away from me overrode my desire to scare him. I took him straight to a hotel. As I parked, I told him, don't try to contact my SO unless she contacts you. Because of free will and all.
You did not do that. I'm sorry. You didn't do that.
Bro did not say that.
More importantly, I drove back to my SO, who was taking a shower. When I got back, I opened the bathroom door as she was drying off. I immediately asked if anything else happened besides the kiss. She didn't answer right away. I repeatedly asked, becoming more agitated as she stayed silent, thinking the worst. Then she told me that other stuff had happened too.
What other stuff?
And that,
Can you be very creative with how you say it? Because our podcast listener.
Then she
I
told
went
me
to third base.
that he did some typing practice.
He did some head,
they
shoulders, knees and toes,
ate
knees
some
and toes.
food and
Head, shoulders,
and,
knees and toes,
had
knees
some
and toes,
popsicles.
and
Ew. Oh, wow.
I
Wow.
immediately broke down crying and broke her cell phone to prevent them from contacting each other right away.
dude, you're such an idiot,
You
bro.
broke her cell phone?
Stop it.
You are unstable, dude.
It's weird.
She needs to get out of there. Like, obviously she's the a-hole for cheating on you, but she needs to get out of there because she's not safe.
She probably didn't feel like she could get out of there. That's why she's been doing this with this other guy.
I mean, like, you are very clearly unstable, OP. The next few days are a blur of crying, sleeping, and randomly driving around. It's been a rough week, though we're both feeling better now. What? We've talked
Shut
extensively about what
up!
happened, leaving nothing as an elephant in the room.
No.
We've always been truthful with each other and discussed everything. Huh?
This person needs to be
Huh?
your insignificant other, an insignificant stranger.
Not only do you need to break up with her for her cheating on you, she needs to break up with you because you're acting crazy. By the way, it'd be crazy if you didn't listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There's a little bit left to the story, but it sounds like they're staying together, and that's insane.
Well, you know why?
They love each other.
They've been together since 14. This is all they ever know.
Apparently they don't know how to relationship properly.
The biggest thing that I'm seeing here is how they are super codependent on one another.
So codependent.
And they don't, I don't think they realize that one, breaking up's an option,
No.
and that two, you can go out and do things, because we can clearly see here with the girlfriend, one, she has a lack of greater purpose.
Yeah.
Two, she doesn't really seem to have that many like social circles.
Doesn't seem like
So-
she has a lot of friends. Yeah.
Yeah, and the person she did make a friend of, she's had to convince her boyfriend to become this friend. This guy had other intentions. He's kind of also in the same boat.
Yeah.
And of course, they make a dependent relationship there. And this isn't good. This isn't good for anyone.
All bad across the board.
Wow, it's crazy.
Break up.
Now, hopefully, you bought a new phone and got her some flowers. Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't even know if that
You
helped.
broke her phone. That's insane. We love each other the same way we did before. We realize situational factors played a role. What situational factors? That you saw that they were cheating on you and did nothing and then went crazy, and that she cheated on you. Those are the situational factors. She cheated on you. Though she still takes full responsibility. I thought Asher was my friend, but he completely disrespected me and did one of the worst things possible. I will never talk to him again, and neither will my SO. I doubt that. If I ever see him, I plan to punt him in the face. If my SO ever talks to him again, I will leave her. Leave her now.
Yeah. No, you won't, bro.
You didn't even
You
leave
will
her
not do
now.
that.
She
Yeah.
cheated on you, physically and emotionally.
Gonna contact them.
The only reason I've forgiven her for doing the worst thing she could do to me is because of how much I love her. Yikes. She's my soulmate, and I understand the situational factors and that she didn't fully understand what was happening.
Didn't fully understand what was happening. Oh, it's just typing practice.
What do you mean she didn't understand what was happening?
Stayed up all night. She was playing with his big
It
toe.
seemed like she understood when she was talking to him all night. Seemed like she understood when she went 20 hours to go pick him up.
So she could play with his big toe in the back seat.
And certainly seemed like she understood when she hooked up with him.
Boom, 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 boom. It's really
What
the most
situational
disturbing
factors?
thing to me is definitely what Opie's doing here.
Yeah.
But it's a big toe. It's a big toe thing for me.
In the backseat.
That's
Weird.
different.
Even I didn't. Part denial, part weird crap going on. I do blame her and hold her accountable. She now needs to earn my trust again, especially regarding online communication with others.
Oh, now that's even worse because now you're gonna see and look over everything she does online.
Yikes.
And
He's
she's
going to
gonna-
be so controlling. Like, again, he broke her phone and did all of this crazy stuff after finding that out. There's no way that he's not going to be looking over her shoulder at
She
everything she
needs
does.
to earn my trust again.
Yikes! This is
Is
gonna
that a
be
sentence you can ask
not
someone?
healthy.
Hey, you need to earn my trust again. Can you say that to someone?
I think you can, but there are situations where it becomes very controlling. But that's the end of that story, folks, and we've got another one coming right up.
My girlfriend's D&D role play with another guy continued outside of the game.
Ooh, they got a little bit into their characters.
And a little bit into each other.
Bit of context. My female 23 girlfriend, female 21 of 8 years, has been with her D&D group for, let's say, 2 years or so. In every campaign they had, she's never established a romantic relationship with any of the other players' characters. Neither does the DM, giving her roots to have any romantic relationships. Strictly platonic. This new campaign, however, I found out that one of the new players that will hide with the name Josh, male 21, have pitched an idea of his character and my girlfriend's character falling in a loving relationship. Is
He
that
pitched it?
yeah. Is that okay?
Personally, if he's pitching it as them falling in love, that is a little weird to me because you don't usually plan that.
Especially a brand new character, or it seems like a new.
Normally, let's say I were pitching this, it would be like, we have a relationship or we had a relationship and that is our character background. Like we're divorced or whatever. It wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
I want to fall in love because that's not improv.
Real quick. My archer character,
Yeah.
human archer, needs a key, and you're a queen. And I pitched the idea that I have to sleep with the queen in order
But
to
that
do that.
you would
Is that
do that
weird?
If it were in game.
Now, real quick, what if my archer character needs to sleep with the little gremlin guy, and it's Keon's character, and I pitch that I have to sleep with
But
the
that would be
gremlin?
in game. You would be saying like during the game, you'd be like, I want to roll to do
okay.
this, or like, oh, this is my
I see.
plan.
I
You
I
wouldn't do that when you were creating
So
characters.
even if your character's the queen and his is the gremlin, if it's in game, it doesn't matter. But if I'm like, mine should hook up with your character, that's weird.
yeah,
But
that
what
would
if say
be weird.
mine should hook up with Keon's character? Is that weird?
But
No, I'm
it's
just saying.
ultimately.
I'm
up
just seeing
to
if it's like male to male, if that's weird. If it's male to female outside of the game, is it still
Personally,
weird both ways?
I'm not even seeing it as like, oh, it's a weird thing, male or female. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense game mechanic to pre-plan
Premeditate.
relationship
Got it.
because it's not improv.
Can we get a poll real quick?
So I think that is weird for him to say.
Yeah, cheating or nah? Real quick, I need
I
a
feel like he
poll.
wants to cheat.
At first, I was confused, but then went with it, considering as an RPG and doesn't really translate into real life. My girlfriend is also an artist, so she creates artworks for other players, which I find absolutely great for her since she gets to exercise her skills and such. So naturally, in her instinct, she will draw her character and Josh's character in romantic comments that illustrates as to what is happening to the campaign and to show me, hey, look, it's my and Josh's character, and would explain that this was what was currently happening in the campaign. As usual, I find her works awesome and I get interested with the story, so I tell her to keep me updated. Every now and then, she keeps giving me updates about the romantic progression of her and Josh's character, and there were times where I felt awkward about it, but I didn't press her for it. She showed me a conversation of her and Josh from her phone that was talking about the campaign and their characters' love for one another and all that it came to the point of me feeling weird about it. This is also whenever coworkers have this is my work wife,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of vibe.
It
Or
is
like-
a little bit different, but again, because it was premeditated, I think it is a little weird.
I imagine he's like, I can't wait to go see my girlfriend
Yeah.
today at D&D.
Yeah. Like, I think if they were like, oh my God. And like this character we had, like my character, like we realized this whole thing and it was coming from purely a storytelling thing. But again, I think because he was like, I want my character to be in love with your character.
And that's the only story.
Yeah,
that's my
the only story.
plot.
It's like, what?
That's my character's background. Is my character falls in love with your character.
That doesn't
that's
even
it.
make sense to plan that.
I know this might be a bad move that I made, but I had a hunch that something else was going on since all she could talk about was her and Josh and their characters. I took a peek at their conversation from her phone. I know, privacy and all, but we both don't necessarily mind if we look into each other's phones as we do it all the time when awake. And I just got weirded out even more. I saw chats and texts of them both with romantic undertones and even spicy related ones as if they were both role playing, as if they're characters, even outside of the game.
Weird.
Weird.
Weird. Why are
Weird.
you role playing as your characters outside of the game in a romantic context? That's weird.
Sophia, how else am I supposed to get better at improv?
Improv
During
class.
get
Or
a class
or in D&D.
during
Okay.
D&D.
Well, one, that takes time and money. Why can't I just text the person I'm already role playing with?
And just role play with them. I think it's totally fine to have people have role playing groups all the time. I think to have a one-on-one role playing group where you're having a romantic relationship with someone is weird.
For example, Josh referring to my partner as her partner's name and vice versa, and my blood instantly boiled in my disbelief. When she woke up, I immediately confronted her about it, and she was just like, "It's D&D. We role play."
That's such a cop out. No. And you guys know me. Like I am we read other stories where I've been like, no, this is just D&D. That's role playing. They're improvising. This is not that. There's a huge difference.
If I was weird, I wouldn't have done what OP was doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't search the
have-
throne. I
wouldn't
don't
search the
support
phone.
that.
I would have gone to like, could I see a session, or could I
Yeah.
join in a session as like a one-off character, or just
Mhm.
like a NPC.
And, like, I get that, but it's necessary for them to do all that even outside of the campaign.
No.
Maybe I'm just overthinking it. What do you guys think? We have some comments.
You know what is normal outside of campaign? Oh my god, like that was a really cool thing that your character did. That's crazy. Like that was really interesting storyline.
Oh, it'd be interesting if you had this potion. Have you ever thought of this potion where
Yeah.
this could do this?
Wait, okay, I know we have a battle coming up. Do you think that if we like strategize like
What's our tactics here? Yeah. Not-
that's normal?
Not. Oh, it'd be crazy if like the next time our people have
We, like,
sleep,
made
She
out.
like does her weird thing with her thing, and then her crazy ponytail does this with my butt, and then da.
Yeah, I really wish you were on my D&D session because it sounded exactly like that. You think I'm kidding?
This makes me think, does she not feel threatened by Josh at first because she's like, oh, my partner is lesbian,
Well, we don't know. She could be bi.
but like she's attracted to me. I'm not threatened by Josh because I know she's attracted to me.
Unless she's bi.
But what I'm trying to say is she's in a relationship
Yes.
with OP. She's like, oh, I'm not threatened. It's just Josh. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's probably another thing happening here.
Potentially.
So, comment number 1. It's weird that the DM would even allow this. This is a really common problem with an easy rule workaround. No relationships between PC characters. Simple enough. But yeah, it's super weird, and I would be sketched out too, especially because they are talking it OOG, which
Taking
means
it out of game.
out of game. I considered this emotional cheating, in my opinion. Not really one for ultimatums, but I'd pretty much let my significant other know it's me or them. Continue your fantasy roleplay relationship or have a real one with me, your choice. Opie says the DM actually told them basically, hey, this is a new route for us to try and drama for the entire team and the storyline, so let's try it out. Ply says, oh, so the DM is enabling it. Gotcha. Why does this feel premeditated?
Because it was premeditated. He asked to have this relationship before the campaign started.
Does this new guy like your girlfriend and got the DM to play along with them so he can reenact his fantasy with her under the guise of roleplay? Super creepy. Opie says, honestly, I have no idea if he does or not. Plus, even if we ask him about it, he'll just downright deny it. I find it also weird that my girlfriend has established that she's a sapphic and hates anything that has to do romantically with men, but roleplay's different. I guess you can say, but her character might be straight, but it feels off for me.
No, okay. Well, that goes to your point of the girlfriend being like, oh, it's not a problem because I'm not interested in men. Again, I do believe there's something fishy going on here, but in the sense of like D&D, I think it's pretty common for people to play very different characters to themselves because, again, it is a character. Like, I've played characters that are men in D&D, which is just like totally different from, like, obviously me. I think the issue here is that they're taking this outside of game and premeditating it, and I think that's strange.
Comment 2. Your reaction is valid. As with anything that comes to fantasy, the problem lies when it started to affect real life.
Agreed.
The same happens more often than not when work, school, church, or whatever friends start doing this outside of the place of meeting and without their partner or significant other. It doesn't always start intentionally, and it is very easy to view it as just friends when on the inside. So They can't see when boundaries are being crossed and emotional cheating is started. If you two have a solid relationship, then definitely have a talk with her about these things and that whole campaigning. You are totally cool with it since it's in the game. Others are participating, and so on. It's the taking it to the real world that has you concerned because it is very easy to step into problem territory without realizing it. It is very possible that her game mate could have a thing for her, so whether intentional or not, it's encouraging and inappropriate via the game. Without knowing if she's super naive and not picking up on it, or if she's just openly enjoying the flattery, or even if she is interested in him as well and utilizing this in a way to see what happens. Nobody but her and you can say. Talk to her and discuss what's happening and how it is causing you hurt and concern. Hopefully, she will understand and cut the communication to just game night, or at least cut the role playing communication to that. If she doesn't, then the next discussion would have to be about the relationship between you both and whether or not she wants to continue it.
I think that's a great point. I think another way to look at it is like when I'm doing a play that has like intimacy choreography in it. Like usually if you're doing like a play that has good safety measures around it and stuff,
Yeah.
you wouldn't go tell your actors to go practice the kiss at home. You would do that with a choreographer and with the director there and be like, okay, these are the beats. Okay, now this is the part where we kiss. And a lot of times you don't even do that kiss until much later. And so in this sense, you wouldn't be role playing at home together alone and not in the actual campaign. Yeah, I think this is weird. Whether or not she's into him, he's definitely into her.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
If I'm at game night and I'm entertaining this kind of conversation
yeah.
outside of game night, I'm definitely into this person.
Yeah,
Come on.
come on.
So, update. I've opened this up to my girlfriend once more after taking a few hours to cool off and think what my next actions are. Her reasoning was basically, it's only role playing for me since that's what we players do. And we role play in general. And my reply to that was, I know it's role playing and I know that's what you do with D&D, but what you and Josh are doing is taking it to another level by being private and even talking in a spicy related manner. I've told her what she did started to hurt me in an emotional way, and I somewhat felt betrayed that she would even have the thought of doing it. It came to the point where tears were being brought out because I couldn't control my emotions and frustrations anymore. She gave me a hug and apologized for her actions and told me, I didn't know that this was going to affect you this much. It really was just a game for me. I enjoyed it too much that I started neglecting what you're feeling. And honestly, at that point, all I could do was cry. She then sat me up next to her laptop station and pulled up the conversation with her DM and told him to erase every part of the story that had anything to do with the love story between her character and Josh's. The DM's confusion, he said, but I already finished the story for the campaign, so now I'll have to redo it again. After that, she told me she was going to chat with Josh. So,
I don't understand why the player character relationship has so much to do with the story of the campaign.
weak campaign. Because a lot of movies and stuff usually rely on a relationship, and maybe the campaign's weak.
So in other campaigns, I'm like basing this off of a lot of like the D20 campaigns I've seen. There's a lot of romantic relationships in those stories.
And tell him about the situation and that it was already too much. I was watching by her side as she did it, telling Josh that it was wrong and she saw the wrong in it now, and that she was going to walk away from this roleplay romance. After a few minutes later, Josh replied and basically said, okay, can I keep all the art though? By the way, you can listen to more stories just like this on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple. We have a little bit more. What do you think the art is?
Now I'm like, what? Why do you want that art? You just want it because it's cool art and it's good? Or for other reasons? Suspicious.
After that, she decided to take a break from interacting with her D&D friends and decided to hang out with me the rest of the day. Though, after the hangout, me resting on her arm while watching TV, she decided to check her phone for updates in their group chat and showed me the conversation of Josh and the others still going at the topic of his character and her character being together and all the art and whatnot, as if he's very still into it. She asked me if she should intervene with her friends, and I just gave her a look. She nodded and texted them to stop with the issue. I don't know if this was the right move for me to make, since people in the comments told me it's basically cheating, but for now, I'm relieved it ended.
Yeah, I guess my final comments on this is going back to the confusion about this DM setup, because when you have two non-player characters, the DM has almost complete control over their relationship. Let's say they're in a romantic relationship. If you have a non-player character and a PC player character who are in a relationship, the DM has control over what that not NPC does,
Okay.
but not over what the player does.
Okay.
And when you have two player characters in a romantic relationship, the DM has no control. I don't understand why he was like, well, I have to change my entire storyline. You can't plan anything that your players do. I feel like the DM was in on it.
Bro, I'm kind of into this chick. Can you
Yeah,
make us,
it's like when the teacher puts two kids who have a crush on each other
Yeah,
together.
I feel like the DM was enabling it, but the
Yeah.
DM was like, okay, guys, let's do something different. They're like, why don't we just base this off like just a romantic relationship? And you're like,
That doesn't make sense.
why?
But that's the end of that story. Well, we got another story, folks. I'm co-parenting with my boyfriend's ex, and it's a nightmare.
Sounds like you need to wake up.
I started dating my partner about a year ago. He told me from the jump that he had kids and actively co-parented with his ex. Cool! I couldn't have the kids, so the idea of being a bonus mom appealed to me. By the way, this comes from Bicag367, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And
I'm-
Oh my gosh, you do this all the
I
time.
know, it's bad.
That is the third time she's done it.
Today?
Not
no,
today.
No.
My bad.
Apologize to Keon.
I'm
Tell him
sorry.
that you see him
love
as a
you.
human.
I see you as a human.
Anyways, let's do it again.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
Oh, I have time. I'm
And OP says, I realized quickly, though, that their situation wasn't typical. On paper, it's 50-50, but in reality, he has them 80-20. She had moved too far away to get the kids to school on time without them having to wake up at the crack of dawn. She has a job with a set in time, so it's the only way they decided it could work. She does stuff with her sports and has 2 weekends a month. About 3 months into us dating, I had to go on a date with her, essentially for her to feel me out. It was their agreement. The whole thing was weird, but she approved of me, so I got to meet the kids. A few months later, I moved in. A few months later, you moved in? Girl.
He's a homebody.
Also, just like, what is the dad doing? I mean, personally, I feel like if you had kids in the picture, take a little bit longer, to introduce.
Yeah.
Yes, I 100% know by most people's common timelines it was fast. It was a necessity thing that ended up working out better for both of us. He's a disabled amputee veteran who has problems cleaning around the house. The kids also got into STEM programs across town from each other, so having someone else to take one is essential now that school has started. So you moved in so that you could help him care for his kid?
All right. You're very sweet. Seems like a very sweet thing to do.
It is a very sweet thing to
But
do. I just
also,
worry
You're giving a lot of yourself.
very
too quickly.
Yes. Honestly, they took to me really quickly and I to them. I couldn't imagine life without the three of them. I know he's ring shopping, so this is my fit. Here are the issues. She claims to want to co-parent with all of us. She has a partner. His ex-wife and them don't co-parent well at all. She wants better with me and my partner. Or so she says. She won't acknowledge me on social media. She won't take my pics from events and tag my partner and act like they are there together co-parenting. I eventually got tired of it and blocked her. He won't accept her tags now unless they really were doing it together and it's like a big day event. As far as the schooling goes, I know full well classroom management and grades is their area, not my place. But I do drop my bonus daughter off every morning. I will be going to field trips and helping with projects for both kids. Homework if needed, that kind of stuff. But anytime something comes up that it doesn't fall in her plans, she claims we need to put her before me. Example, meet the teacher. I could only go to the morning session, her the PM for our son. So me and my partner went. I introduced myself to the teachers as bonus mom. Said their mom would be at the afternoon one after work. Got the info we needed. Even pre-shared it with her.
I
Well,
like where this is going.
She got there and said everyone thought I was the mom, so in the future he needed to attend the events only with her.
Oh,
Y'all,
keeping up appearances.
Y'all, she can't even make a single school thing because her job times won't allow it. She's a teacher as well in another district, so the chances of her stepping foot at the school all year are slim. But we tried everything to make sure everyone was involved, and that wasn't good enough. Fast forward to tonight. We were talking about the school district scores for ours and the neighboring towns. My twin is a teacher, so me, my twin, and our older sister were talking about the scores. I mentioned it to the ex-wife, and she thought I wanted to move the kids' districts. I said multiple times I'd never move them from the opportunities they have here.
Yeah, they seem like they got pretty awesome opportunities.
Yeah, they go into a STEM school. Her response was, well, it's the parents' choice, so there is no discussion. You won't be moving. Bro, 1, I'm a grown adult. Your agreement says 100 miles, so if we want to move, we can. 2, there are 4 grown adults here, and all of us can talk things out. If we did move, it would be to the higher rated district. She doesn't like that it wasn't her idea. She's 20% involved
She is.
in this parenting agreement.
I know she feels threatened by this. She
Oh,
feels
yeah.
threatened by you. She wants to have influence on her kids' lives, but she can't. Hot take. I don't think that this woman, the ex-wife, is the villain. I think her perspective on everything is I had to move for a job. I had a divorce. I want to keep up with my kids, but I can't.
Yeah.
And now the only way for me to voice or have any influence is to disagree with my
Mhm.
ex-husband's new girlfriend.
I think that's absolutely true.
Like, she hasn't done anything super a-holy yet.
Mhm.
There's some comments that she could have made better, but this is the only way she feels like she has control in the situation.
Yeah, I feel like she sees herself being replaced
Yeah.
and sees OP, taking a really big role in her kids' lives and a role that
Yeah.
she's not able to fill.
And she wants to fill it.
Yeah.
She just can't. Honestly, ex-wife, you got to have it out with OP. You
Yeah,
got to
gotta
have a conversation.
She told my partner, I'm just playing mom, and she's the mom. Bro, I buy your kids groceries, cook them dinner, switched my whole schedule so that they could get to school, something you wouldn't or couldn't do. And I go to all of their events. I don't parent them in the sense of punishment or telling them what to do at school or doing their doctor's appointments. But me and partner do discuss all of those things. He values my input and then makes the final call. We are a well-oiled machine.
Right here, for example, if they had that conversation, hey, I cook, I
Mhm.
pay for the groceries, the ex-wife could be, that's a good point. Maybe I should help out in those ways. Maybe I should help out with groceries. I want to be involved in my kids' lives
Yeah.
and put an effort in that because this is the husband or the boyfriend. He needs help around the house because he can't do it all. OP's stepping in to do it. You just, ex-wife, have a conversation.
Yeah.
Even though you guys may not like each other, have a
Have
conversation.
a conversation. Figure out how she can be more actively involved. So finally I said, I can't do this, and blocked her in my phone too. Anytime I suggest stuff, she fights it anyways. Parties, vacations, sports, you name it, and she has to argue. So I said I can't keep giving her my peace. That means he has to go between us, so does that make me the a-hole? There are some comments and an update, but no.
Mm-mm.
I think that it is absolutely, like, in part, you are involved in this conversation because you are, one of the guardians of these kids now. However, this is his ex-wife and he needs to handle that, and he shouldn't be putting you between. I mean, not that he is, but you shouldn't have to be bearing the brunt of these arguments with
Yeah.
his ex-wife.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Comment 1, not the a-hole, but I'm worried she will try to claim parental alienation due to your behavior. I think their dad needs to get a lawyer and consider going back to court to hash out a proper custody agreement. On paper, it's 50-50, but you say reality is more like 80-20. Already tells me they should have amended the custody agreement a long time ago. The ones who will long-term suffer are those children. If there are major changes, then the custody agreement needs to be amended every single time. OP says she used that term. I Googled it. I haven't met any of the requirements, though. We don't bash her to the kids. We inform her of everything. Sent pics of the school documents we were given. Comment 2 says, it sounds like Biomom doesn't want to interrupt her life or schedule for the kids, so she mostly dumps them on their dad, but then still expects to have full control of what happened with the kids even when they aren't with her. You're kind of being forced to step up faster than a step-parent normally would because their dad needs help, and Biomom isn't willing to make sacrifices for her kids so that she can be there and help out. That's not your fault, but you need to be careful here. You are in the worst possible position right now. No actual rights, but still given a bunch of responsibility. If anything goes wrong with the kids, You'll get blamed and everyone will call you the a-hole because they aren't yours and what right do you have, etc. While totally ignoring that you are one of the only people putting the kids first. I think the move here is for you to step way back on interacting with Biomom. I think the reason she wants you so involved is she sees you as another person that she can make take care of her kids for her by ordering you around. Going forward, all communication should be between her and their dad. You just keep doing all the great things you do for the kids. But now it will be with their dad's permission, and Biomom won't be your problem. He is an equal parent, and he is fully allowed to make parenting decisions without you having to deal with the Biomom directly. Comment 3 says, I don't agree with the first saying you're overstepping. You're doing what your boyfriend asks. You don't try to punish or anything. It sounds like if you have a discipline issue, you refer it to dad, and dad handles it. At the meet, the teacher, you said, bonus mom. Not your fault the teacher misspoke when mom came. You're not letting them break your boundaries, and your boyfriend in certain situations will have to be less laid back, though. Reply, maybe he's asking too much of OP. But I hope it's not asking you guys too much to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to the story.
Only people that can intervene here
Yeah,
are you and I and Keon.
it's true.
We sit down the dad.
Yeah.
Sit down the ex-wife.
Yeah.
Sit down OP. Who would you call? Like, you have to buddy up with this one person. Who would you call?
I feel like I could.
Ghostbusters.
What?
Okay, you get ex-wife. Actually, I want to talk to the ex-wife.
I want to.
I don't want to talk to the ex-wife.
I want to talk to the ex-wife.
Okay.
Who do you call, Keon?
I just want to talk to OP.
I want
OP?
to talk to the dad.
Dad? Oh,
Perfect.
perfect.
Oh,
This
cool.
is perfect. So I feel like we all, number one,
Yeah.
we all have a one-on-one session.
Uh-huh.
Write down everything.
Yeah.
Number two, we act as their lawyers. So we speak to one another
No,
as mediators.
I'm not legally binding on that.
Too
I'm
bad
not a
you
lawyer.
are.
I'm
You are.
not a lawyer.
Well, we're not. It's like a lawyer, but we're not lawyers. But we all like mediate and we talk around it, and we like ex-wife would be like, she's doing this and this, and I'd be like, it feels like my client is as if OP you were taking her spot as a mom. And then what about your client, Keon?
My client is just a chill guy, so she doesn't deserve any of this.
Yeah.
Boom. Easy.
Perfect. And then we figure it out.
Your Honor, she said, "Leave me alone."
Yeah, Your Honor, you
Yeah.
don't understand. But I think at the end of the day, I think those comments are right. Your
Yeah.
partner should be taking more of the kind of mediation role between all of the speaking should be happening between him and his ex-wife and not really, you shouldn't have to be put in the middle of it.
Yes, exactly.
But there is an update, folks.
Oh boy.
I turned it into dark mode.
Settings, top right. See the settings thing?
I don't see that, but yeah.
Give-
No,
give
but
to
I'll
me.
do it
No,
later.
no,
It's
no,
already
give
on.
it to
It's
me,
already-
give it
it's
to me.
fine.
No, I'll show you.
No,
Give
no,
it-
no.
give it-
It's not worth it
No.
right now.
Ah,
Update!
Just let me show you. Just let me show you.
Stop.
Just let me show you.
Riley,
It's easy.
just do
It's
it
easy.
later.
It's
Do it
easy.
after.
No,
Do
no,
it
no,
after
no.
the.
Riley,
Do it after the
we're
episode.
in the middle of a story. She messaged him that she wanted to talk to me.
Wait,
but
we
it
got to
ha-
restart it. It wasn't on the thing.
Riley! Update! She messaged him that she wanted to talk to me, that it had to be in person. She wanted to set the record straight so that I could see her point of view and believe her over my partner. We found out yesterday, that she's been spreading lies for a year that he SA'd her. If y'all knew him, you would know that he could never. She denies ever saying it, but it's a thing now. I denied her access to me. She wants a healthy co-parenting relationship, but is saying this? When she persisted, I listed out 5 things in detail that she was doing to make this not a good situation for all of us. Her response was, see me in person or I'm not talking. Nope. I like my text evidence and I'm not listening to her for an hour. I reblocked her after I sent it and told him it's them two now. I'll support him and the kids, but see 0 reasons to talk to her. And that is the end of that story, folks.
Smart.
Yeah, I think you keep it text, keep your proof,
Yeah.
and don't let her lie about things. Get receipts.
Get them receipts, girly.
But that is the end of that story and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe
We love you.
and
See you tomorrow.